Welcome back to online class. This is last session of learning the chapter Social Institutions, Continuity and Change. I am sorry to say that in the previous session I could not complete the last part of the session. I wanted to add that the mainstream society, it means the cities, towns, it means separated from the tribal villages. The mainstream society, they could benefit by means of incorporation of tribal people into mainstream society. This is called integration. Isolation means what? We are letting them to live in their own places. Isolation means what? The tribals who are living in forest or tribal villages. Integration means what? The tribals are forced to live with the mainstream society. It means they have to leave their culture behind. We know that the tribals people, they are having different culture, different language, different ceremonies. But when they become part of a developed city, there will be conflicts in their minds. But mainstream society, they understood that it can give them benefits. How? The people, it means the tribal people, when they were living in forest, the mainstream society cannot exploit forest. But when they are not there in the forest, the mainstream society means the British government as well as the state after independence, they could exploit the forest because minerals, resources are there. They could build dams because the resources are there. The forest areas are offering much scope for developments. Because of that, the tribal people, they had to leave their places to join the city, the mainstream society. It really benefited the mainstream society because of, in the name of development, because of development, with the help of the places, with the help of forest, the mainstream society grew. This is the last part I wanted to express. Now we can go through the last part of the chapter, session 5. The first point is tribals suffering. We all know that the tribals, they were suffering because of developments, because they had to leave the forest. So the government could implement some plans with regard to development by utilizing forests. We know that during the page number 54, I request all of you take page number 54, paragraph 1. Main heading is National Development versus Tribal Development. We all know that during Nehruvian era, there were developmental policies like building of dams, factories and mines, for which the state and the state wanted the tribals to leave their place. Because of that, the tribals suffered because they were living in mineral rich forest covered areas. So the mainstream society wanted to dispossess the tribe for exploiting forest minerals, utilizing favorable sites for setting up hydroelectric power plants where the tribal people lived. The summary is that during Nehruvian era, some developmental policies they formed. They wanted to build dams, hydroelectric power plants in areas where tribals were living, because the areas were rich in minerals. So these were the proper places for the state to implement their policies. This is all about paragraph 1. Now we can move to paragraph 2, which focuses on the exploitation towards the tribes. And we know that forests were exploited during colonialism and after independence. So the tribals were dispossessed, removed from the forest areas, and outside also they suffered because the caste groups were given prominence or more right to live on land outside forest. This also affected tribals, and the building of dams on the Narmada where cost and benefit flowed to the hand of the mainstream society. Because of development, tribal groups did not get anything. The benefit of the development was flowing directly into the mainstream society. But the tribals, they suffered a lot. Page number 54, paragraph 3. The main point is that in migration and the tribes. In migration means what? The non-tribals, they are migrating to the place where the tribals living because of the developmental pressures, the pressures from the government to leave the places for building dams like that. So the non-tribal groups were going into the area where tribals were living. And it affected the culture of the tribals. And there are some areas like the industrial areas of the Jharkhand, example, suffered due to a dilution of tribal share of population. The share of tribal population in Assam became half within a single decade. They became a minority. What happened in Assam? In Assam, normally the share of tribal population was more in the past. After development, many people gathered there. It affected the population of tribals. Before the development, they were majority. After the development, when the in-migration happened, when non-tribals went to the areas where tribals are there, the tribals became minority. It happened in Arunachal Pradesh also. What happened in Assam happened in Arunachal Pradesh also. Page number 54, last paragraph, entitled Tribal Identity Today. I request all of you to listen. This is the answer for the question 7. Please go through the question 7. What are the factors behind the assertion of tribal identities today? The first point, the incorporation of the tribals into the mainstream society affected them culturally and economically. We know that because of developmental pressure, the tribal groups left forest. They became part of the mainstream society, it means city. When the tribals became part of the city life, it affected the culture and economy of the tribals. Normally, the tribals were depending upon forest. Forest was the sources of food, life, everything to them. And they had a particular culture in their framework, but when they become part of a developed area, culturally they were affected and financially. Tribal identities are formed by the incorporation than the effect of the primordial factor. We know that primordial means ancient. When this incorporation happened, it affected their identity. When they were in the forest, they had a proper identity, but when they become part of mainstream society, it affected their identity. Culture changed, economy changed, and in the past, they did not have any problem with their identity. But when incorporation happened, it affected their identity. They are incorporated into unfavorable situation where they showed resistance and opposition to the overwhelming force of non-tribal world. Non-tribal world means what? The developed area, the developing area, not like tribal village. When the tribal people became part of the developed area, they became very angry because in the forest they were free to walk whatever they wanted to do, they were doing. So that in tribal villages they were free, but when they become part of the developed area, they don't know what to do because they were not educated and food style is different. They have to pay money for buying food. In the forest, everything was accessible to them, but in the city life, in the developing area, it means in non-tribal areas they were suffering. Now, page number 55, paragraph 1. The main title is Achievement of Tribals, even though not completed. Tribals achieved something. For example, statehood for Jharkhand. Jharkhand became a state. Tribal, this is the tribal state and it became a state. This is tribal. Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh became states. After a struggle, it became a state. And many of the northern and eastern states citizens are having a relatively less right. Example, Manipur or Nagaland, as these states are considered to be disturbed areas when were controlled by armed rebellions and provoking the citizens, which caused heavy toll on economy, culture and society. The political system in Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh yet to be autonomous as tribals are powerless. What is the summary? In Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh, one achievement was there, it became state. But the tribals were powerless because they were not autonomous. They were controlled by authorities. That's why I told you that completely they were not achieved. They did not achieve anything. And there were some states like Manipur, Nagaland. These states are considered to be disturbed areas and sometimes violence happens there. That's why the armed rebellions happened there, and because of that violence occurred there. And paragraph 2 gives you, page number 55, paragraph 2, another achievement of the tribes is the emergence of an educated middle class, most visible in northeastern states. Another achievement is that from the tribal community, a middle class, educated middle class emerged from the tribal community. First achievement I told you that statehood of Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh. Second one, this one, a middle class, an educated middle class emerged from tribal group. This is a great achievement, especially from the northeastern states. And this tendency spreading to other states in India also. What tendency? The emergence of developed educated middle class from their tribal community. And in conjunction with the reservation policies emerged an unbiased urbanized professional class, and they not only became educated middle class. With the reservation policy, government formed or introduced some reservation policy, so the tribal group utilized that. After that, the tribal group became urbanized professional class. With the help of policies, the educated tribal people, they became part of what we can say urbanized professional class. This is another achievement for the tribal people. But it created a problem. What is the problem? This emergence of a new class dividing tribal community into people of difference in culture and education. Actually, two identities formed in the tribal community. First identity, their old identity, where still people are in tribal village, uneducated, with a different culture. The second identity means what? When a new group emerged from the old one, they became part of the developed cities where they have another culture, two culture, because of this emergence. And paragraph 3 focuses on two broad sets of issues. There were some issues among the tribal groups. It also caused tribal movements. First one, control over economic resources like land. It means the state took control over their land. Whose land? Tribal's land, that is forest. The state controlled put their control over the forest where the tribals were living. It created protest. Second one, issue related to common cultural identity. It means their common identity was lost. I told you that two identity formed because of emergence of new middle class. First one, in which way identity was lost? Identity of middle class and identity of the uneducated poor tribe. And page number 56. Now we can move to another important topic, family and kinship. Main point in this paragraph 1 in the page number 56, that is family. We all know that family is the framework where relationship is very deep and strong. We are having very strong relationship with our parents, our grandparents, and we feel painful when we get separated from them. But there are conflicts between brothers over property. Family consists of mixed feelings. Even though there is strong relationship between parents and children, between brothers, among the relatives, there is also violence we can see over property, and this is what happening today. This is all about the first paragraph given in the page number 56. Now we can move to what we can say. Before that, I wanted to tell you that seventh answer is completed with the what we can say. I already told you that identity. A new topic started, family and kinship. Before that, the sixth answer is completed. Now we can move to seventh answer. Sixth answer already we have discussed. Now seventh answer I have discussed. Uh, eighth question I am ready. What are the some of the different forms of family? That I will answer I will give you. Now I am moving to next topic. Sorry, the page number 56. Second paragraph. The main heading is family and kinship. Main topic is family and kinship. And second paragraph, there are some important things. And the structure of the family. We know that there is a structure in our family. Relationships are there. And family, first point, there is a structure in our family. Relationships are there. And family is a social institution. And it has a relationship with other social institutions. Family has a relationship with the caste. Family has a relationship with the other social institutions in our society. And family can be defined as nuclear or extended. And there is nuclear family, there is extended family, there is male-headed family, female-headed, and there is matrilineal, patrilineal, and this internal structure. And sometimes question can be asked: what are the internal structure of family? Extended, nuclear, patrilineal, matrilineal, and these are the internal structure of the family, and it related to other structure of the society, namely political, economic, cultural. That internal structure of the family has connection with the external structure like politics, then economics, then culture. The internal structure has relationship with external structures. It means political, economic, and cultural. For example, migration of men from the villages of the Himalayan region lead to unusual proportion of women-headed families in the village. The men in the family, this is economic. The men in the family, they are in search of job, leaving their family, so that the family is controlled by women. It became women-headed family. So this women-headed family has connection with the economy. Why men are going in search of job? It has connection with the economy. Because of economy, the structure of family changes. Then there are some young parents in the software industry lead to increasing number of grandparents moving as caregivers, and both husband and wife working. So the grandparents are taking role as caregivers. This is also economic. And so the structure of the family changes because of economic reasons, because of cultural reasons and political reasons. And the family is linked to the economic, political, and cultural, educational spheres. It means the structure of the family changes because of changes happen in the family. Men are in search of job, husband and wife, they are also going out for work. Next paragraph, family integral part of our life, and there are some different structure and structural changes happen in our family. Sometimes changes occur accidentally because of war. If a war take place in our area, it means we have to leave the place. It affects the structural change, and people also migrate in search of job. This is purposeful. It means, and accidental means what? If a war occurs in an area, so the people have to leave the place. So structure of family changes, This is accidental. And purposeful means what? When people are in search of job, it also causes change in structure. It means men, they have to leave the family, women are taking the role, husband and wife, they are leaving the family, grandparents are taking the role. So structure of the family changed. And there are some what we can say decision makers. The love marriages are there, so that this is happening in our family and structural changes. And the next paragraph deals with the cultural change. If structural change happens, automatically culture of the family also changes, because there are some restricted rules in our what we can say family, that elders are what we can say deciding whom we should get married. But there are love marriage. This is against the culture of the family. So sometimes the changes in structure brings cultural changes, and the norms and the values also change. These changes are, however, not easy to bring out. Both history and contemporary times suggest that often change in family and marriage norms are resisted violently. It means what? When love marriage takes place, violence may happen. Intermarriage caste, intercaste marriages happen. It also is against our culture norms. So when the structural change happens, it leads to what? Not only structural change, there are cultural changes also. Structural change means what? When men are going in search of job, structural change happen. Cultural change means when the young people, they are taking their own what we can say friends for getting married. The boy selects in his own way his own girlfriend for getting married. This is against the norms, against the culture. This is called cultural change. And there are structural change and there are cultural change. Now we can move to next paragraph 57, page number, nuclear and extended family. Nuclear family means what? One set of parents and their children. One set of, one husband, one wife, one father, one mother, and with their children. And joint family means what? More than one couple. There may be more than one fathers, more than one mothers, and their children. More than two generations living together. Set of brothers. There are two brothers with their individual families. And extended family often is seen as symptomatic of India, and we could not see anywhere. It means rarely seen. Everywhere we can see nuclear family, and extended family is not dominant in India. Nuclear family is dominant. And the word joint family is taken from English word. So I.P. Desai, a thinker, he observes the expression joint family is not the translation of any English word like that. It is interesting to note that the word used for joint family in almost, it means what? The word joint family is used in every language. There may not be translation to other what we can say languages. Used for joint in almost Indian languages are equivalents of translations of English word joint family. This is less important, but we have to understand what is nuclear family and what is extended family. Now we can move to last part of, and now I want to give you the answer for the eighth question, different forms of language. First two, nuclear and extended. And now I wanted to give answer for eighth question. First two, nuclear and extended. Eighth question is, we know that what are the different forms of family. First one, nuclear family. Second one, extended family. Now we can move to page number 58. There is also, we can see different types of families, diverse forms of families. First one, what we can say, different forms of families can be seen in our society. First one, the basis of rule of residence, where they have to live, where the couple have to live on the basis of residence, rule of residence. Societies are matrilocal and patrilocal. Families are divided into two, patrilocal and matrilocal, on the basis of rule of residence. Matrilocal means what? The societies are matrilocal in their marriage and family customs, while others are patrilocal. It means newly married couple stays with the woman's parents. Matrilocal means the couple, newly married couple, living with the woman's parents. And automatically we know that patrilocal means what? With the man's parents. Second, rules of inheritance. It means to whom property should be handed over. First one, matrilineal. Second one, patrilineal. Matrilineal means what? Property of mother to the hand of daughter. Patrilineal means what? Property of father to son. This is called matrilineal and patrilineal. Then next two, patriarchal family and matriarchal. Patriarchal means what? Family structure exists where men exercise authority and dominance. This is very important. Patriarchal means what? Patriarchal society means men has control over the family members. Patriarchal. Matriarchy means what? Women play a dominant role. However, matriarchy, unlike patriarchy, has been theoretical rather than empirical concept, because most of the families in India are patriarchal and matriarchal families were rarely we can see. There is no historical or anthropological evidence of matriarchy society where women exercise dominance. There is no evidence. Hardly we can see matriarchy, matriarchal family. Patriarchal family, there are evidences everywhere we can see. And however, there do exist matrilineal society, means where women inherit property from their mothers, do not exercise control over it. We can see matrilineal society, but rarely, it means not at all we can see matriarchy family. And there is box 3.3, this is very important. A Kasi society is there. Some important point I wanted to tell you that. And in Meghalaya, Kasi society is there, and there is a interesting custom. It means ancestral property is given to females, and there is biased system is biased in favor of women, and so that the Succession Act is therefore for correcting the social system, because men are not getting any benefit from the ancestral family. Only women are what we can say benefited. This is all about the summarized version, summarized what the ideas from box 3.3, and from the diverse forms of family we can explain the difference between matrimony and matriarchy. Please go through that. I request all my dear students to write question and answers, read the chapter, write the answer in your own words, because if you can write English in your own words, for examination you may not suffer. Otherwise you have to by heart. So that tendency you have to develop from now onwards. In the future also you have to write many things in your own language. You may not have help from others. There are situations in your life you have to be independent. So you should write English in your own language so that you can be self-reliant. You cannot depend on others. Forever we cannot depend on others. So for your future I am telling that improve in English, listen to English speakers so that your future will be better. The fifth, this chapter, it means social institutions, continuity and change, finished. Please go through that. If you have any doubts, through live class we can clear it. Whatever doubts you have, and you can message me through feedback so that make your learning interesting. Make use of this time. God bless you. Thank you.